What's cracking, everybody? Should play upon the host of the Motion Country Cousin, Sir Winnie the Bridge, coming at you with another episode of What's Happening with Winnie the Podcast over here on YouTube. Today, we have probably one of the doper up-and-coming collectives musically out of the West Coast area up here. We got DirtSquad talking about my man C-Mad with me. I got my man Rooks.
Good.
So Rooks, give these people your name, bro.
My name is Joey Rook. My artist name is Rooks. I'm a member of DirtSquad. We got C-Mad, Rooks, Lokio, and AK, also other group members of DirtSquad. They're out in Arizona right now. We're out in Oregon right now. We got a show coming up in March 12th in Tempe, Arizona at the Press Room. It's called the Legends of Hip Hop Carnival. There's going to be rides. There's going to be a lot of big name artists. Twisted Insane, Twista, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Little Rob. There's going to be a lot of people out there. So if you're in Arizona, make sure you pull up on us in March. We're about to turn that shit up. We just did a big ass show in Eugene, Oregon at the Big Dirty. Packed that shit out. Shout out to everybody that came through and played a part in that shit. It was a fucking hell of a time. We appreciate you guys very much. It's DirtSquad, boy.
So, the squad, just named it off. How did you all collectively come together to start making music?
So I came up with DirtSquad when I was in high school. I started doing music with my partner that I got now, AK, and then my other guy, Justin Klein. We started out, the three of us, doing ciphers at school, like lunchtime, rap battles and shit. We would get it so big to the point that they would try to come shut us down. Like, they would fucking come over and tell us, hey, you can't be doing this shit, because they would think it's fights, because people start yelling and screaming and crowding up and everything. So then eventually they knew what we were doing, but it was like not really accepted, so we would do it quick. Like, I'd be like, all right, Friday at this time, meet here, hurry up, go. And then we would get there and give out our weekly bars, and then we would just get it done before they could come catch us doing it.
Legendary shit, right? I was like, that's hella legendary, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that was like some fucking smack DVD type shit when you were in high school, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we started out with that, and then shortly after we started doing shows. I want to say like that summer. I graduated in May, and then I think August was the first time that I performed in front of an actual crowd. And then the time after that, my second thing was just like an open mic at a bar in Scottsdale called Shakers through Respect the Underground. But that bar got closed, but it was a sold out event. Like, my second time ever on stage was a sold out show. So I walked up and I was like kind of nervous, kind of antsy,
For sure.
but I rocked that shit. And I like jumped off the stage real quick, and the guy was like, hey, come here. Justice, the guy that was throwing the show and who's in charge of Respect the Underground in Arizona, was like, hey, dude, you need to tell them your name. Like, you can't just up and dip and shit. Let them know who the fuck you are. And I barely dropped any music, maybe like a mixtape or something, and that's it. But he was like, yeah, bro, let them know, fucking hit us up and let's get you on more shows. We got the Hip Hop Festival coming up, and I didn't know anything about it. I was just like, yo, all right, bet. I guess I just found a plug. And then they just kept giving us shows and shows. Like, that's who we're doing this Legends of Hip Hop through, is with Respect to Underground. So they've been a pretty big helping hand towards us with everything that we've done, especially in Arizona. And then we went out to Colorado and did a show with Felix, a guy that's on their label. And that was pretty dope. Because it was my first time.
Respect to Underground?
Respect to Underground.
Yeah, shout out to Respect to Underground. Yeah, for sure. I'm glad you said that, bro. Yeah, like, that's some solid shit, man. A lot of people don't get their start like that. That's high key. What that sounds like is like how most comedians get their start. Yeah. It's like some like 16, 17-year-old kid sneaking to a bar, dropping some fucking shit, and then trying to run away because he's nervous. Yeah. And they're like, bro, your name. Yeah. Tell them your name.
Yeah.
That's the most important part of the whole shit.
So how did then you guys link up? So like, I would obviously like guess that you're from Arizona.
Yes.
And where are you from?
I'm originally from New Jersey, and I moved out here when I was about 13. Went to high school out here and everything, and I started rapping when I was about 15, just because I had so much shit going on in my head, and I was like, bro, I gotta find an expression form, and like just started putting pen to pad and running with it, and like just fucking send it. Because one day I just kind of woke up one day and was like, bro, I gotta find a direction. Like, I can't just walk through life and not have something to like focus on and pinpoint my energy, because like you gotta know yourself, know your worth, bro, and you can't just spend your time not knowing your worth. You gotta fucking just find something and run with it. And so I'd been doing it for about a few years. When I met Rook, actually, we were both going to LCC, and fucking we were in a music class together. And the teacher, Mike Denny, was like, all right, so I'm going to play guitar. Does anybody want to come up here and do vocals? And nobody said anything. And I'm like, fuck it. And I went up there and did a little freestyle, and this fool was just like sitting there like,
And he
you
like
could tell he was
spazzed on
vibing,
freestyle,
bro.
like he straight up just snapped. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now, dude? And they like
Hell yeah.
didn't fuck up at all, didn't stutter, didn't stumble. I was like, bro, you can do that just right off the bat, like to an instrument. I was like, what do you got going on? Fool, you trying to fucking link up and do some shit?
Yep.
And I wasn't even thinking about like us working together or nothing. I was just trying to see what's good. You know, I wanted to know if he had any music out or he had any shows, because I had a big show coming up. I was about to open up for Warren G. And so I hit him up and I was like, hey bro, I got this show coming up, like if you're trying to come through, like you ever did a show before? And he's like, no. I was like, you want your first show to be fucking huge? He was like, I'm down. So then we were doing that, and then that show ended up falling through. So then I was like, hey bro, I'm sorry dog, my bad. Like I felt like the biggest fucking flake, because I was like, dude, I just hyped this fool up so bad and then canceled on him.
He dropped his whole tour though. It wasn't just that show.
Yeah,
he literally dropped everything. He was supposed to do like 10 shows. And
something went wrong with the promoter, or money wasn't there, or somebody got sick, or some kind of shit, and that whole tour got canceled. So I was like, fuck, bro. But then after that, I was like, hey, I got this festival out in Arizona. I go, and this is going down for sure. Like this is like the 6th or 7th one.
Yep.
I was like, so if you want to, you can pull up with me there, and we'll rock that shit out. And then in that time, me and him just got super close. We started doing music together. We did a whole project together. We did videos together. We did a whole bunch of shit. Recorded with them all the time.
Album,
we had all that shit. So then by the time that we got out there, we were comfortable, you know? Yeah. So
that's fucking sick as hell, dog. Like to have that like idealism, or like not even the idea of it, but like just to have that wherewithal to be like, that dude does the same fucking shit I do, and that nigga's fucking good at the same shit I do.
Yeah.
Hey yo, you trying to make some goals happen together, bro? Like let's make this shit happen, because it makes sense to make it make sense, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like you both have a talent, why not use it together? And I've seen it like, you know, firsthand, watching you like record last night.
Yes, sir.
And then watching you like actually record people, and like the work you put in like sonically. Also, shout out to Spaceman, he's behind the camera right now.
That's my boy, producer, engineer, DJ, up-and-coming DJ.
Yeah, like another guy.
Watch out for this boy, he's raw with it.
Another guy that has like the juice, like I think, and we were talking about this like off camera a bit, the effortlessness that you guys have, but as a consumer, I see it that way.
Right.
But to you guys behind the scenes, it's like this is like
it's a lot of work, man.
This is 8 to 10 hours outside of my everyday job. Nigga, I'm putting 10 hours of this in.
Yeah, we grind, bro. We gotta make it happen.
It's worth it for the thing that you fuck with, though. It's like I couldn't see myself doing anything else for 8 to 10 hours a day. You know what I mean?
For sure.
When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I want to do is rap, or at least listen to something and gain inspiration. Like, and the conversation started for me and this fool talking for the first time was when I was up there after freestyling, and he said some shit about like, do people even listen to albums anymore? And I was like, well, the Carter 5 was dropping, that shit was hard. And this fool was like, he was like, yup.
It is.
And that was what we started talking about. I was like, yo, you heard that shit yet? And that was the whole conversation starter. And that's like, that for me personally, when you have like a similar connection with an artist alone, obviously outside of just hip hop, like that shit just says something about your taste as a person and like the type of artist you are. So that immediately was like, all right, man, I gotta talk to this fool and see what's cracking.
Yeah, it makes things like copacetic, and it expedites the process of what most people have to take like years to build, which is that friendship, that comfortability to talk like, yeah, I like that, I love that, keep going with that, like try this. It expedites that process. Am I right? Like,
yeah, definitely.
For sure. So bringing it up, since you kind of like transitioned to it, kind of like, what are some of you guys' hip hop influences, like I guess like separately, and like do those mesh as like the cohesive thought of the group?
I mean, I got a lot, man. Growing up, I used to listen to fucking everything. What I mostly listen to, I'd say, is like a lot of 50 Cent, Eminem, Lil Wayne, T.I., Kanye, Jay-Z.
If you hear him, you can hear all those artists. Like the way he raps, bro, it's like a collection of like everything that goes on in his head when he hears a beat. Like that's what's cool about like working with multiple people. Like in DirtSquad is like you can tell people's influences like bleed off into how they sound on the mic. You know what I mean? It's like they just kind of like collect all that shit and then like turn it into their own thing, which is what makes music so cool. You can literally just like take all that shit that's already been done and be like, all right, I like that, but I'm gonna do it my own way, and then just fucking pop off with that
As
shit.
for groups, I'd probably say like NWA and Wu-Tang Clan, just because of like how much shit that they went through and they still made it out. Like they went through shit. Those motherfuckers all could have died, been in jail, anything could have happened to them, and they still made it out of that shit. So I kind of look at that like, if those guys can do it, we could do this shit, you know?
Yeah.
It's definitely a different storyline, but it's a similar concept.
It's the same, get it out the mud, get it out the dirt. Yeah, the rap game is like, I mean, I think the rap game is one of those things like if you enjoy hip hop and you're a hip hop fan, it makes it easy to, I guess, like relate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Like no, like the color of your skin, the like where you from. You could be Jewish, like you know, like
Mm-hmm.
Mac Miller, rest in peace to the God. Or
Yeah.
you could be like a straight up Christian or like atheist. Like it don't matter if you fuck
Yeah.
with hip hop.
You fuck with hip hop,
Like
yeah.
that shit makes you like you see. I
Connected.
see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's what that happened in class. Where like,
Yeah.
and that's smooth as fuck. Like kind of go over. I would say Rooks, this is for you. Like kind of go over your initial start. Like so you talked about how 16, 17 in high school, like starting to rap, getting the ciphers together. When did you sit it down and like actually put the time and effort into like, all right, this is an album. This is me promoting an album. Like when did you take it like an everyday job serious? Like when did that
So
happen?
I would say when I first started, I was a young kid. I had to been like 6, 7, just young as fuck. And I started writing these rhymes, maybe a little older, maybe like 9, because I was in like the 3rd grade or something. And I had a homie named Kyle, and I would go to school and I would show him my music. And I'm like, hey, bro, look at this, look at this. And he'd be like, you're bullshitting, bro. You didn't write that. And I'm like, I swear to God, bro, look at my fucking paper and shit.
Same handwriting.
And he's like, dude, okay, well, do it again. Like, I want something new tomorrow. And I'm like, all right, I got you. And I would just do it to do it to do it. And he was like, bro, you're so fucking raw. Like, do you even understand what you're doing? Like, do you get that you're nasty as fuck with this shit? And I'm like, it's whatever, bro. It's kind of cool. I just figured out I could do it. I just was sitting in my room and I wrote some shit and I was like, dude, that sounds like a song. I was like, that literally sounds like a track.
Yeah.
And so I would go to school and bring it to him and I was like, yo, don't be telling nobody about this because I don't want people to be like, hey, rap, you know? And so eventually I quit giving a fuck about that just because I lost the nervousness of the first time thing. And then people would want me to do it and I'm like, all right, bet. But I didn't have any beats or nothing. I was just straight just writing raps. That was it because I was a kid, bro. I didn't even know about
making beats at the time. It was
YouTube,
just
converting all the beats and shit. I didn't know nothing about none of that shit. So anyways, a couple years flash forward, we get to high school and he gets in a car. So yeah, I had a homie named Kyle who I used to rap for, and then a few years later we get into high school and he passes away in a car accident. He gets T-boned, boom, breaks his neck, and he's dead. Like his car got smashed. They had to use like the jaws of life to open the car up. The girl that he was with was a good friend of ours too, and she broke like 4 of her ribs and fucked up her leg, and like it was just a bad scene, man. The whole thing was fucked, and it like really shook me up. Like it really like rattled me because it let me know that life can go away, you know. Because this has been my boy since fucking 3rd grade, 2nd grade, so we're kicking it every day, all the time, skateboarding and shit. And then one day this fool's just gone. That's all it took. So I kind of felt like I owed it to him to keep going with the music shit because he believed in me so much that he made me believe in myself. Like I didn't give a shit about this until he was like, yo, I want to hear more. Like I want more of this shit from you.
Bro.
So after that, I told him like, all right, it is what it is. So I was at this house chilling in some dude's apartments, and they're all drinking and smoking, and we're freestyling, right? And and these guys are a bit older than me, probably 4 years, 5 years, something, whatever. And they're like, yo, dog, ain't you a rapper? Don't you rap and shit? And I'm like, yeah. And I showed them. They're like, holy shit, bro. You're on that? Like, they're all just fucking around, you know, they're just rapping. And so I told him like, yeah, nah, bro, I'm doing this shit for real. Like I just need a studio. Like I need a place to go record. I don't got money for a mic. I don't got shit. I just can rap my ass off. And they're like, all right, bet. Well, we'll set you up and we'll hook you up. And they set up this microphone, and it's in this little piece of shit apartment, like a little trap fucking apartment. And so these motherfuckers start fighting about something, like literally throwing each other around the room, like smashing into shit and breaking shit. And I was like, all right, bro, I ain't trying to be recording up in this house right now because what the fuck do y'all got going on? So I left, and it kind of like pushed me to go harder because I was like, man, fuck all that shit that they're on. Like I need to actually get some shit recorded. Like they're on some bullshit. They're fighting each other and trying to rap, but they're so fucked up that they don't know what the fuck they got going on.
Yeah.
So that made me like really like lock in and focus and make sure that I wasn't like I was knocking out like a song every week, a song every couple days, like just in go mode, grind mode, because it made me look at them like, you guys can do so much and you're just fucking around, you know.
Yeah, I can't be a waste, nigga. I can't waste.
Yeah, and I
shit.
can't be around all this because you're gonna make me fuck up. I'm gonna get in trouble because y'all are fucking around fighting and all this shit. So I got out of that, and that kind of like both, because he died and then that happened all in the same time. Okay. So then I just got real serious with it, started getting my own studio equipment. Me and my boy AK started buying all our own shit, bought the computer, bought the mic, bought the interface, bought everything that we needed, and then it really started to go up and run.
Yeah, and it just takes off. So like,
Yeah.
that's crazy, bro. Shout out to Carl, was a praise to God.
Yeah, man. R.I.P. to my boy.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like that shit, bro, because I lost a lot of homies too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and the thought of like me being here and wanting to share the success, and like even the small victories, bro. Like, I just had a kid. You know what I'm saying? I just got married. Like those little things, bro, that your homie would never get to see.
Yeah.
Like you got to make sure that like when you live this life, it's like 10 times over because you got to do it for him too.
Right.
Yep.
It's
So,
like
like,
sometimes you just want to check in and be like, it was good, bro, but there ain't nobody there to check in with.
Yeah,
You know?
bro. But I think you get it. But the notion of your homie always being there with you, bro, is gonna drive you for forever, and that's your success.
Yeah.
So what about you, bro? Like when you start like thinking this shit was serious enough to where you would take it like a job?
I would say the first time I ever dropped anything on SoundCloud, bro, I used to literally have my phone, and you used to be able to record in your phone mic on SoundCloud.
Oh,
and
wow.
I literally had like a written on Google Docs, a beat on YouTube. So I would press play on SoundCloud, go over to YouTube, press play, and then read off my Google Docs and rap into the fucking phone. And I dropped a song like that, so like it, you know, it sounded like shit. It's through a phone mic,
Yeah.
and people still were like, "Bro, that's hard." And like I had my whole high school like, "Bro, when you drop something new, when you doing this, when you doing that," and that was kind of the moment I was like, "Okay." And like, of course, I had people who were like, "Oh, that's trash," whatever. But I've always had thick skin, like just me as a person. Like that shit just doesn't bother me because I'm like, bro, anybody who wants to hate on me probably ain't doing shit. So like,
Biggest thing
does it
right
bother
there,
me?
yeah.
Nah.
That's the biggest thing right there, guys. If you can take anything from the start of this conversation, is like the perseverance in these young men is over the top, and it's gonna be a lot of people that don't fuck with your success.
Oh yeah.
And that's perfectly fine because like
Mm-hmm.
you got to be crazy enough to believe in the shit that you want to do to continue to do it.
Yep.
Because it's more naysayers than it is people that believe.
And
They
then
only
once
believe
you're there,
it.
they're gonna act like they never.
I was
said
just about to say
that.
the second that you get to a point where they feel like you successful enough, it's like, oh, bro, remember that one time we like we shared a bathroom stall at Taylor's? Remember that? I saw you. I peed on your shoe a little bit. That's my bad. I fuck with your music though. Like, nah, nigga, suck a dick. Get the fuck out of here. Like, so no, I kind of like feel that thing with you guys as well. Like again, just being around the energy for the few times that I have been, and then getting the vibe from the Big Dirty Show. It's like, again, I feel like I'm a great talker. I could not be a good rapper. I couldn't even be a good rapper. Like the fear of getting in a booth and putting together A B, like that shit paralyzes me. Now I can rap your songs like I wrote them shits the second I hear it though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like the thick skin is automatically there, but where does that like over pursuit of? Because I saw you perform, bro. You literally are performing for an entire stadium when you're on stage.
Oh yeah, every time.
It's the energy you gotta have, bro.
I was about to say, like, that belief, that drive, is it, I mean, I know it's more than just on the surface. Like, what's the goal for you? And what's the goal for like, Rooks, and what do you see for DirtSquad? Like, why do you drive so hard?
I think that I want to give people what they came to see, and I hype up my shows so much. I'm like, yo, you need to pull up. You guys need to come through. This is going to be a fucking one-time thing. Like, you'll never see no shit like this again.
Yeah.
So when I go out there, I got to give that to them. Like, and when I go to a show, because I've been to so many shows. I've been to rap shows, rock shows. I've been to all kinds of shit. And the crowd wants to feel like they're a part of it just as much as you're a part of it. Because without them being there, you're not going to be successful.
Yeah, you're performing in the bathroom.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So you have to be giving them that feeling that you want to feel yourself.
That once
So I
in a
try to
lifetime,
make them
okay.
feel close, like we're all in this together. One thing I say to them every time is, I'm going to give you all of my energy. I want all your energy right back.
Hell yeah.
As long as you give me everything you got, I'm going to give you everything I got. And I don't give a fuck if I pass the fuck out while I'm doing it. I'm giving it all.
That's
So let's
what's up,
run this
my
shit.
nigga.
Yep.
And they love it, bro. They fucking love it, man. I've been successful with every show I've ever done. I've never really had a bad turnout or a bad reaction from a crowd. And I've done the smallest of the smalls, little bar shows, backyard parties, and all kinds of bullshit. And then we've done big ass shows too. We've done hip hop festivals. We opened up for Lil Wayne. We opened up for Caskey. We opened up for Joyner Lucas. Like it's and I perform the same way every time. It doesn't matter if there's 10 people or 1,000 people or whatever, you know. I just go all out every single time.
He helped me find that too, because when I started out, it was all about rapping, and it was all about making beats, and it was all about getting my sound right, and I didn't really have that stage presence. And I met this fool and watched him perform one time at a fucking show at Venue 252
Halloween show.
on Halloween.
I remember
And this fool on stage was just like, bro. And the crowd went from like, okay, whatever, we're drinking, we're doing our thing, to like, oh shit, like all eyes.
It's a rapper up there.
It was like a
Turn that shit
magnet
up.
was on stage and they all just like, it was crazy, bro. And that was a moment where I was like, damn, bro, I gotta figure out my stage presence. Like, holy shit, he just made this whole place look one
I was
direction.
just about to ask you this. And I talk to a lot of artists, so, and I've never asked this question, and this is something because I saw you at the show, and because of what you just said, I want to ask you. How does it fucking feel to control the room?
Better than anything ever. Like, it's better than drinking, it's better than smoking, it's better than anything. Like, you in that
Making
room,
people turn.
locked in with them, gives me this feeling of like, I don't want to say possessed or nothing, but like, it's like they and I are one. You know, it's like we're all in this shit together, so let's turn up all the fucking way.
Yep.
Fuck, dog, that's sick. Yeah, 'cause like I've been like I think one of my biggest concerts I've ever been to is a Kanye concert, and like just hearing like the beginning of Power played and how he played the beginning of Power just like that like loop. He played that for like 2 minutes straight, and people were going ape shit the whole time. So it's like I felt it. I felt it from this side. You know what I'm saying? From the back side, from the crowd side, where it's like, dude, this person's literally giving me like high key chills. Like I want to listen to more of their music. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just talked to Space about it off camera. It's like that's why I fuck with like Unplugged so much because that feeling of hearing somebody's acoustically playing music or singing their song or rapping some shit, it's better because you can feel them controlling the crowd.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So I feel like being able to work a room is completely different than, it's a different tool. So it's not like being a rapper. It's like at that point you're an entertainer.
It's a lot different because I've seen a lot of rappers who can rap their ass off in the booth and they get on stage and their show sucks. And you're like, what are you missing here that you need that key? But it's just like a part of you, you know, you gotta have that shit in you. Like if you really want to go fucking do that, like you gotta get the crowd to fuck with you back, you know? I mean, and if you got a hit song, then the crowd's gonna do it either way. You know, if you got a hit, but if nobody knows who you are, can you go out there and rock that show?
Like
and that's the thing. Like you gotta be able to, because a lot of shows that I've done, I opened up for these big names, and that led me into other shit because they saw me at that show. And then like I met people a couple years down the road, and they're like, "Yeah, bro, I saw you at this show back," and I'm like, damn, bro, you were there? You saw me? Like, and I thought I just met this person. They're like, nah, bro, I've seen you. Like, I've been watching your shit for like a couple years now. And I'm like, oh, shit, all right, bet. And it just, it happens more and more frequently. Like, the more shows that we do, it just goes up. It's like a ladder. You just keep fucking climbing until you get to wherever you want to go, and you don't have to stop. You know, you can go all the way.
A direct correlation of that is the fact that we just had our first show with our name on the motherfucking poster with artists opening up for us.
Yes, sir.
That's working.
Hey, shout out to all the artists that open for us.
Shout out to Stone. Shout out Bari. Shout out motherfucking Charlie Get a Bag. Shout out A-Tempo, Koran, Luca, Clip of Cartier. Man, that show was popping, bro.
Yeah, bro. Shout out to everybody that helped us run that shit.
That shit was legendary.
You guys all killed it, man. You guys did a very good job.
Okay, and that feeling too of like when you get, cause like honestly, like before I met Rook, I had done maybe 3 shows and they were all for like 10, 20 people, and getting to the point where you like look out and there's a sea of people is wild, bro. And I mean, we're not doing stadiums yet, but like even like a couple, even like 150 people, you know, whatever. Like it's just wild to see that many people there for you, like watching you do your thing. That just that makes all the time you put into it feel so worth it, bro. That moment when you're looking out and you're like, damn, these people are here for us. You know what I mean?
Nigga, I stream for 10 people and I got 40 subscribers to my YouTube channel, and I fuck with all y'all. Y'all invited to the barbecue next week.
No cap.
You know what I'm saying? Like I truly appreciate every first that I get and every first that I accomplish.
Yeah.
Super simple question, and then we're gonna kind of wrap it up with just like a quick spout out that I usually do with people. So super simple question. What's next?
I mean, first and foremost, we got our next album. Our last one, The Statement, came out in 2019, right before we did the Arizona Hip Hop Festival, so it's been a long time coming. And, I mean, he's got an album on the way, and, bro, this fool has been snapping in the booth. Like, I make albums every year, so, like, that's just my general, like, shit, but he has yet to have his first album, and this shit is gonna be wild. Like,
so this is your marathon. This is the one you've collectively built up to.
Through the whole thing, yeah, man.
Yes,
the whole fucking time I've been doing all these, I still haven't dropped my own album yet. It's kind of.
And you're gonna hear that a lot.
It blows my mind, dude, that I don't have like. Makes me feel weird, but then also at the same time, it makes me feel good because these people are gonna get a dope ass project. Like every song is a slap.
Yeah, I talked to an artist last night about that. Stone.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Stone and I talked about that, and it was just like I asked him the same question. It was like, like why haven't you pushed? And he was like, this isn't the one. Mm-hmm. And I think as a consumer, I can appreciate that a lot more because I can step back and be like, the people I listen to, the people that are close to me, friends who I'm fans of, take this shit as serious as the motherfucker who's on a moniker or who has like 1,000 songs out already. Like they take it that serious to where they don't want to put out bullshit. And I think when you appreciate your craft that much, it makes your consumers and your fans appreciate you that much more as well.
Yeah.
So to me, I think hands down, like I can't wait to hear the shit. Do you got a title for it and like a release date or?
Nah, I mean not yet.
Fucking Joy Rook's album coming soon, bitch. All that shit TBD.
I think I'm gonna call it All or Nothing, but we'll see. That's what I'm working with right now. Don't got a date yet though, but I mean it's pretty far in. I got a lot of tracks on it.
Yes, sir.
So I really could drop it soon if I wanted to.
He could overnight that shit like Beyonce. Just watch out, ho.
Yes, sir.
Stay tuned in.
And you already know I got another project coming because I drop projects like I'm motherfucking clumsy or something. So we got
bitch. Excuse me.
Illmatic 2 type beat. You already know what the fuck going on.
I love it, bro. All right, so one question for each of you: if you had one song that you could, like, work one EP with 3 artists, dead or alive, who would you want on those songs?
I'd say Biggie for somebody that ain't alive, and then probably Wayne and Eminem.
That's tough.
No duplicates.
No duplicates.
No duplicates.
I gotta go Mac Miller right off top.
Oh,
you already
shit.
know.
Yeah.
If I could make even one song with Mac Miller, my life would be complete. Sorry about that. Oh, what do you know? Big body bands. Anyway, I gotta say Mac Miller. He stole Eminem and Wayne, you little fucker. So now I gotta go.
I'm at Project of the Year.
Yeah, that's gonna be Project of the Year.
I gotta go Mac Miller, J. Cole, and Tupac. Juice? I love Juice, but
we got Boo on the background saying you gotta get a song with Juice, nigga. Like fuck you talking about? She literally like,
hey, Mac, J. Cole, and Tupac. That's it. That's my 3 right there. I gotta do it.
Mac, J. Cole, and Pop.
Oh, all day.
If I had a motherfucking
Juice,
album,
but...
you know what I'm saying? No, I'm joking. No, but like those are all epic. So give the people your Instagrams. Sign out, give your people Instagrams, and now sign out. We'll be done. I appreciate you guys giving me your time and your energy, though, seriously.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because like this right here is just us building like small building blocks and some
Yes,
dope ass shit.
Yes,
and hopefully one day when motherfuckers look you guys up after you made your $100 million, they can see this old ass video, and they can be my 41st follower. You feel what I'm saying? Subscribe.
Oh, you're gonna have more than that by then. If we got $100 million, you're gonna have more than
We're
that.
gonna be on. All right, so Rooks, give him a little promo real quick.
Rooks _ DirtSquad on Instagram, Rooks on Twitter and Facebook and all that. Spotify, any kind of music platform that you listen to is Rooks, and then DirtSquad Music is gonna be how you can find us everywhere else. If you go to dirtsquadmusic.com, you'll be able to see all of our show dates, flyers, posters, new merch, all of our upcoming projects, previous projects. Everything that we got is going to be on that website. We got a lot of new merch coming out pretty soon, so that'll be on there. We got a lot of new videos dropping. Shout out to Shooter. Shout out to Wayne, the motherfucking goat behind the camera. That's about it, man. Rooks, DirtSquad. Remember the name, baby. It's gang shit.
At CMAD _ DirtSquad, all socials, CMAD, all platforms. I got 3 albums out. I got an EP out. I got collab projects out. I got a new one dropping soon. Better be ready for that motherfucking shit. We about to get it, boy. Keep your eyes out for DirtSquad. Don't forget to check out dirtsquadmusic.com to keep yourself updated on everything we got going on.
Hey, bro. I couldn't say it better myself if I wrote the shit down and handed it to them, but I didn't. These niggas freestyle that shit because they're artists and they're good at what the fuck they do. Gang, y'all want to pop in here real quick while we do the outro? Yes, no, maybe so?
Yes, sir. Get over
gang,
here,
want to pop in here?
Let's
Come
go.
on in, gang. So we're going to get Space in here, OG with the drink in here. He got the Dennis Rodman on.
This is
Booth ain't in here,
producer,
pop in
DJ
here.
right here.
Yeah, shout out to yourself out.
Security, photographer. We got our tech guy around here somewhere. He's hiding or something.
Yeah,
I don't
for
know
sure,
what the
for
fuck
sure.
he's doing.
So-
This is my beautiful girlfriend Tori right here.
Just the fan gang in here. She's more than a
I
fan,
guess
man.
she's just a fan.
No, but you know what I'm saying? You see it's a collective, it is a family thing, it's a tribe mentality, bro. We all trying to build together, grow together. So shout out to Dirt Squad Music, dirtsquadmusic.com, right?
Yes, sir.
DirtSquadMusic.com. I'm gonna have all that beautiful shit popped up right here and below in the description. I am Play Party host of Motion Country Cousin Sir Winnie the Bitch. This is What's Happening with Winnie the Podcast. Hey man, turn up, bro. The West Coast got some dope shit coming.
Yes,
Watch
sir.
out.
The Dirt Squad
Let's
Takeover.
go.